Hello, everyone. This is Kasi with One Elegant Event, Wedding and Event Planning. And today we are talking about more about how to plan your wedding that is $15,000 or less. And our topic today is going to be attire. I don't know where my video went, so I hope I'm still live. Let me check and see. All right, good. So we are still live, which is great. And I don't know. I know you probably hear a little bit of music in the background. That's my neighbors. They're getting their music on, so we're just gonna have a little background music today. So today, talking about attire. The way you can save on attire. But let's just start with the bride. With the bride, when you go shopping for these dresses, I know you go online and you're looking at Pinterest and you're checking out things and pinning things and finding things that you like. Um, and I know you've probably been to a lot of different boutiques in town to find your dress, and your favorite dress might be two, three, four, five, six, $7,000. And if your budget is $15,000, and if that's including your dress, that's going to be very impossible to stay in your budget. I know a lot of times people don't include their dress or his outfit or the couple's outfit in their wedding planning budget, but somebody's got to pay for it, so it's got to be in the budget somewhere. Whether your parents pay for it, your grandmother pays for it, your father pays for it, an auntie pays for it, a friend pays for it, it's still in some budget. So we're going to act like it's in your $15,000 budget because you may be paying for it yourself. And so you may see this dress that you love and you adore, and it's way out of your budget. Well, you may not be able to get that exact dress. And I'll let you know some more sites that you possibly can get that dress from. But if you may not be able to get that exact dress, but you can still get a wonderful, beautiful wedding dress. And one of the best ways to save in person is when you go into these boutiques, so you can, because every bride deserves to get that boutique experience where, you ring the bell and you say yes to the dress, and or they have a picture area where you take a picture with the sign that says I said yes to the dress, or I got the one, or I said I do to the dress. So you want that experience, you want the picture, you want the selfie. You still spending a lot of money, whether it's $500 or $7,000. It's still money that you're spending, and it is your wedding dress, so you want that great experience. So when you go to these boutiques, instead of, if you're trying to stay within a certain budget, the budget dresses will be in the discontinued dress area and the sales dress area, and those dresses are perfectly fine. They have been tried on by a lot of people, though. So you may need to have it cleaned at a professional dry cleaner. And one of the dry cleaners that I do like to refer people to are local dry cleaners, not a chain. And so you see some of these, and the way you can find out if it's a chain or not, usually it has their date. We've been in existence since 1957, family owned. They are very proud of who they are. So, and you can usually tell on the inside because they usually dry clean their dresses and clothing on sites, and they usually do alterations and some other things. They do some dress preservation, and quite a bit of things that a local, a family owned dry cleaning service would offer. So, and it may have a little rip in it, or a button might be missing. So you have to look those dresses over really well before you purchase them. But they are designer dresses, and they're beautiful. They're just the dresses that people have tried on, and the company has decided, okay, so that's 2 seasons old. We're discontinuing that design, so now we're gonna release that dress. And so all the stores that have that sample dress in the store, they're selling them. So you can get them for, you can get a $2,000, $3,000 dress for sometimes $99, which is crazy, but you can. So, and a lot of times they have these sales called sample sales. So you want to check those out. But on a regular basis, if they're not having sample sales, they have a rack, at least one rack of dresses, and they come in multiple different sizes. That dress may be only in one size. So you can the sizes that you see on the rack is the sizes that you get. So, and then sometimes they have a few racks full of those dresses. That all depends. It's a gamble. But there's really beautiful dresses on those racks in all of the bridal boutiques, whether it be a mid range store or a high range store. So you can go in those stores and try on those dresses, have that experience with your family and your bridesmaids, and get a dress at a fabulous deal. Also, you don't want to overlook thrift stores. I know people are like, thrift stores. I've been to, everybody who's gotten married, that's thousands and thousands of women, and then like you move somewhere and you're like, why am I still holding on to this dress? My daughter's probably not going to ever want to wear this dress. So they they just give it away at a thrift store. So you may want to go to some of these thrift stores and see what they may have. You will be very surprised on what you may find. And some of the things that I've had some clients tell me that they found in a thrift store, I was very shocked and amazed. So you just never can tell. Also, if you are looking for a particular dress, and it may be 2 or 3 seasons old, you can go on pre-loved. What is it? Let me get the site right, so you'll know. You can go on to preownedweddingdresses.com, and they have waiters dresses. They have Vera Wang. They have Bertha dresses. They have all kinds of designer dresses that they are selling at a fraction of a cost. So, I mean, that dress may be $10,000 in the store, but on that site it may be $4,000 or $5,000. Still a little bit over your budget that you wanted to spend. However, if you have a family member or a friend helping you to pay for it, that is a great option to get that super luxury dress at a fraction of a cost. Also, we have this website by a locally owned person called eWedded, and there's some very nice used dresses on there that's only been worn once. Some of them, they haven't been worn at all. Some of us girls, we go to these shops and we buy a dress, and then we find another dress, and they didn't buy 3 dresses, but they only wore 1 or 2 of them at the wedding. So you could possibly be getting a dress that nobody's ever worn, but it's at a discounted price because it's on consignment. So you want to look into that at this consignment site, and it's ewedded.com, and you can get a fabulous dress at a very amazing price. Also, there is, custom dresses are expensive. So if you go to a custom designer, that's not saving you money, but you get a dress that's perfectly fitted to you. However, we do have a few sites that we do refer to our clients that we know hundreds of brides have used. It is very verified, and you can get some gorgeous custom gowns at an amazing price, and those are listed in our referral sheet, so you can check that out and see who those are and click on those, because those dresses are incredible. I could not believe the dresses that they got for $1,000 or $2,000. Those dresses would be, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 if they got them made in this country. So you can be shocked at some of the things that you can get online, but you need to find a reputable site, because a lot of those sites online, especially from overseas, are not good. David's Bridal is still fine, but you probably will see yourself a couple times online, because the dresses that they sell at our store, they sell in Newport News, they sell in North Carolina, they sell in Richmond, they sell in Kentucky, they sell everywhere. So, you're not, I mean, there's multiples of any dress, but there's a lot of those. But they do have some really good dresses, and you can get a dress usually between the price of $700 to about $1,500 at David's Bridal, and it's an okay experience. I would choose to go during the day, during the week. If you choose to go there to make your appointment during the day, during the week. So I would take off from work and go make an appointment at like 1 o'clock or maybe 11 o'clock in the morning, where you're the only person there, maybe you and two other people, so you can get that good experience. Because if you go on a Saturday, it's not going to be that great, honestly. So you just want to take that to your consideration. Now, let's before we talk about the men in your wedding party, let's talk about your bridesmaids. I know a lot of people, they go online, they see these dresses, they see other people's wedding bridesmaids dresses and other people's pictures. You're like, oh my gosh, they are so great. And then you go to stores like Bella Bridesmaids or um, some of your local wedding shops that sell bridesmaids dresses, and find out that those dresses are like $300 or $400 or $500 or $600 for a bridesmaid's dress. And maybe one or two of your bridesmaids can afford that, but then maybe the other four can't. So you have to find a price of a dress that all of them can afford, and because they are paying for those dresses themselves. But even though you're letting them know in advance, a lot of times you have to put 50% down. Sometimes you can put 20% down, but most of the time it's 50% down. Some of these stores require 80% down. So you just want to make sure that they can afford the dress that you choose. And the way you can help them save on those dresses is, now this is where I do kind of recommend David's Bridal. If you want a place where they can all find their dresses, and I tell all of my clients, go to the store and look at the dresses and find 4 dresses that you love for your wedding. And then you make an appointment with your bridesmaids, and then you go back and you only show them the 4 dresses, and they have to choose between those 4 dresses. And if then you know for a fact that whatever dress they choose is going to be a dress that you like and they like. So just give them choices that you've already made. Don't let them just go crazy in the store and just look at everything and change your mind, and then you wind up with a bridesmaid's dress that you don't like. Because what we found out is the dresses that we've seen at David's Bridals for bridesmaids is that we've seen at other stores that are the identical dresses. They may have a different designer inside, but it's the exact dresses, where they are like $180, $200 there, but like somewhere else the same dress is $400. And I've seen that personally. So that's if you want to do that in-person thing with your bridesmaids. Now, Amazon is a fabulous place to get your bridesmaids dresses. There's a lot of choices, a lot of things to look at. And the way I tell people is do it early, and then make sure you have the biggest bridesmaid to order her dress and the most curvaceous bridesmaid to get her dress, and the smallest one. So you're getting 3 dresses. If you have maybe you only have 3, or the one that looks more complicated to order their dress, and then see how it fits, see the material, check it all out, and if you approve and it looks great on them, and then have everybody to order those. Because we all know the return policy of Amazon. If you return it, they will give you your money back, and it's a great guarantee, so it's pretty safe. And you can, I've known people to get bridesmaids dresses off Amazon for $50 and $60. Now, if you have bridesmaids that are around the same size, you can go to a retail store, especially during the holiday months and around Easter. And then prom time. So the seasons where they have a lot of formal wear, and you can go to like Dillard's, Macy's, and find formal wear for $100, $200. Sometimes, you can catch a deal and get those things for like $30 and $40. And Candace was on here asking us, how do you feel about mixed match dresses in the same color and fabric? My thing with mixed match dresses, I love mixed match dresses. However, you do need to have some rules. With mixed match dresses, they don't necessarily have to be the same fabric, but they do have to be the same length. Okay, so you can't have 2 in short dresses and 4 in long dresses. You need to choose whether they're going to be in short dresses, knee dresses, ankle dresses, to the floor dresses. So they all have to be the same length. And if you have some in pattern, or if you have some in solids. That looks great. Just make sure the color shades go together and they make sense. They don't have to all be cut the same. It does look nice when they are all the same fabric, but I've seen it where some have on chenille, which is kind of the very light flowy fabric, and some are in like a little floral print that's kind of the same fabric, but it's a little just spin off on the side. So those look great too. But the most important thing is the length and the sleeves. So you can't have some in long sleeves and some in shorts. But what does work is if they have short, like cuts over the shoulder parts right here and strapless, that looks fine. Or if it's like cut sideways. But if it's very long sleeves and then you have like, no sleeves are very short, that looks weird. So you have to have a little bit of consistency, but you can really do mismatch dresses, and it works well with your bridesmaids because everybody can pick a dress that fits their body type, and it adds a little bit of interest up there while they're standing. It looks good in pictures. It kind of gives a good little flow. I know they're doing a lot of ombre where everybody's wearing almost the same dress, but it's the same fabric, same length, and it's ombre, and that looks really good in pictures. So you just have to decide on what you want to do. But going back to ordering dresses, like I said, Amazon is a good place to order dresses because of their return policy. But just make sure you do that early so you give people time to be able to return things if it doesn't fit right. I would say 6 months before the wedding. 4 to 6 months before the wedding is good. I would lean more towards the 6 months than the 4 months. So, like I said, so you can give people time to try the dress on, make sure it fits right, and if they have to return it, they can get a new one in enough time that works well. And if they need some alterations, they have 2-3 weeks to be able to take it somewhere and get it altered in case that one gets knocked up. Because I don't know what it is. If you have 6 or 7 or 8 bridesmaids, by the time you get married, somebody's gonna be pregnant, and they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, I bought this dress and then I'm pregnant," and so they have to get it altered. So hopefully their dress is not too fitted. I've had one girl who I remember one time she was pregnant, and by the time the wedding came, she was like 4 or 5 months, and she had really start to show. So they had to take a whole panel out the side and add it in on both sides, and it wound up looking really good. But we was very nervous trying to figure out to make sure that was going to work out. But it worked out well, and they took fabric from the inside of the dress and made it, and it was awesome. So, there's some little snags that come up, but it all works out. So there's ways to save money on your bridal gown and your bridesmaids dressing. Now, with the fellas, we're going to talk about the groom first. You need to decide on whether the groom wants a custom suit, or if he wants to rent a suit, or if he wants to buy a suit. My thing is, with the groom, he is the groom, and he needs to feel a little more special than the rest of the groomsmen, or his side of the party. So I do suggest at least him purchasing a new suit and then getting that suit tailored. One of my favorite places, which is kind of like a little hidden secret, is K&G here out in Janeth. They have very, very nice suits at really good prices. So if you want a good suit at a good price, you can get a great suit at K&G for a great price. It'll be around $200 or less for the whole suit. And they have a tailor there on site, so you don't have to go chasing it down, and they will tailor the suit to him. Now, if he wants a custom suit, Joe S. Banks is the cheapest place in the area to get a custom suit. And we do recommend the one out in the Greenbrier area. We have a very great contact who's the manager there, and he will really help you out. And you can get a custom suit for under $500 there, which is a great deal for a custom suit, because if you go anywhere else, it's going to cost you, at least $1,200. So for a custom suit. So $500, $1,200, that's a big difference. And the reason why Joe S. Bank can charge that much is because they are a chain. They are a national. I don't know if they're international, but I know they're a national chain. They're all over the United States, and they can charge that because they do it in bulk, even though it is custom, and they get to pick out their liner. It's everything with the collar, the fit, the cut, the length. So if you have a guy who's real like boxy, real like who works out and got the small waist, and or if he's a very large guy, a custom suit would be the way to go for that, because even if they try to get a rental, the rental suit is not going to fit well, and you can't get the rental suit custom to their body. So even if they don't want to get a custom suit, buying a suit, once they find a suit they like, I would get it tailored to their body so they can get it fitted, because they need to look their very best because they are the groom and they need to have that custom look. Now, for the groomsmen, now all those prices are really reasonable, especially when we're talking versus what the girls have to pay. So, any of those options would work for your groomsmen. However, the groomsmen and the fathers a lot of times rent, and not that renting is bad, renting is not bad at all, but however they don't fit some of them well, they because depends on how they're shaped and everything. So I do actually suggest going and getting them to buy a suit. And like I said, I always like K&G because they run specials where they have buy one get one suit, and they can go in together and split the costs. They have where you buy a suit and get $100 off. They have all kinds of sales. You just have to join their mailing list, and they get to keep the suits. By the time they rent the suit and buy shoes, or if shoes comes with the rental, it costs just maybe a little bit more. Sometimes it comes all together, especially if you rent the suits from the company that online that lets you try them on, and it comes in the box with the suit and the shirt and the socks and everything, and it comes with shoes. So that's a good rental company. However, by the time you spend that money for that, they could have bought a suit and bought new shoes, and it's theirs. And most, I'm going to just say most of the guys in your wedding party are between, their mid 20s, early 30s. Some of you all may be in your 40s. Some of y'all may be in your 50s. But for the most part, most of you all who are getting married are in your 20s and 30s. And this may be their first suits that they own. And they can use this suit for, going to another wedding, because, once you start getting married, your friends start getting married and everybody else starts getting married, or, they may go to church, or, they may have a dressy event to attend, and they don't have to wear both pieces all the time. But then they have a suit that fits them well in their closet, because at most times you all pick suits that are gray or black or blue or whatever. There very few of you all pick a color, and even with that they can still wear it some other time, but it's their customs. They are not custom suit, but their own suit that they own, and they've spent $300-400. They got a suit, they got a shirt, they got a tie, they have socks, they have shoes, all brand new for them, and that's about how much they're going to spend for a rental. But if you want to go the rental way, that's fine, but remember, rentals are going to cost you now at least $250 to $400 plus to rent a suit. So, and that's at any of these companies. And like I said, if you want to do custom for everybody, they can, because it's going to be like $500 or less for everyone. But that's just the suit. They still got to buy the shirt, and they still got to buy the shoes and the socks and all of those things. So that is an option for them if they want to spend that. But I do recommend they can get a new suit for them for $200. It may be more, but it all depends on what you pick. So they can get a really good deal, and it's theirs to keep. And then for your flower girls and your mothers of the bride and any other person that may need an outfit, I always try to recommend that they go to the store and shop. You can shop real formal wear stores and get a great deal at the mall. So during this time, Easter time is a great time to find your flower girl dresses. They have beautiful, really cute dresses at the mall that they can try on, because you really want to try on little girl dresses because they grow so fast, and the little groom, the ring bearer you want, and the page boys and all of them, they really need to try on their outfits, and they have really nice outfits and suits and ties and all kinds of things for them in the mall for them to try on. If you want to order online, there's some really beautiful places to order their stuff online, and you can catch some really good deals online. However, just make sure you order it early so they can so they can return it if it's too big or too small, because kids grow fast, kids grow odd. They could be short and round, or they could be tall and skinny, or they could be tall and round. So you just, your 3 year old might look like a 9 year old, and then kids grow funny, so you just never can tell. And then in a month they could be like 2 inches taller. So you just want to really make sure that you weigh out your options on when you get those children's outfits, and make sure that your parents get their outfits in time so they won't be stressed you out at the last minute, because I know a lot of mothers, they wait until like 3 weeks before the wedding to get their outfit, and you're like, why haven't you gotten your outfit? And it's like, I haven't chosen yet. So you know how that goes. So but there's options for them too, and a lot of places for them to look for their dresses. So, and then I always suggest that the fathers, wear what the groomsmen wear, the same outfitting, so they look like them. If they want something custom, they can. They are the fathers. I know some fathers are a little bit more grand than others. And so if they want something custom, go ahead, because they're the fathers. They can afford what they want to afford. And they may want to be a little bit flashy. And so if that's what they want to do, let them do it. Don't argue with them. Let them have a good time. They enjoy weddings. Don't let them fool you. They enjoy the weddings just as much as your mom and grandparents and everybody else does. They might be a little cantankerous about it, but they love it and they love you. So these are my tips for attire. I hope this helps. And if you want any of our vendor listings, the prices and the links are on my page. You can get all of them at a great deal for this week, and then you don't have to look for any of this stuff that I talked about. Or you can buy the one that you need the most, to keep you from having to search for everything. But we just love helping you all, and we know that trying to plan a wedding on a budget, it is a hard thing to do, but it is possible. It is very, very possible. Very, very possible. So don't get discouraged, and make sure you use these tips, because they are really going to be helpful to you. All right. Well, I see you tomorrow, and tomorrow we will be talking about vendors, and you don't want to miss this, because you can really save on some vendors if you listen to tomorrow's tip. All right. Have a great day. Bye.